Welcome back, friends. It's Permit Quiz Liz, and today we're going to cover part 2 of our series where the permit test meets the driving test. Defensive driving will also be a big topic on both the written knowledge test and the in-car driving test. If you are already a defensive driver, then these questions should be easy for you. If not, time to up your defensive driving game. Question: you drive defensively when you A. always put 2 car lengths between you and the car ahead, B. always keep your eyes moving to look for possible hazards, or C. look only at the vehicle in front of you while driving. The correct answer is B. always keep your eyes moving to look for possible hazards. A good defensive driver is an alert driver who is always anticipating the unexpected. Don't zone out while you're driving. Instead, keep your eyes active, always scanning the road and checking your mirrors, looking for any potential hazards that may be coming your way. Next defensive driving question. Check your rear view mirrors, A. only on a freeway or highway, B. often to see how traffic is moving behind you, or C. only when you are slowing down. The correct answer for this one is B. often to see how traffic is moving behind you. Part of being a good defensive driver includes knowing what is happening all around your vehicle, including behind you. And using your mirrors frequently, using quick glances, is the way to go. If you have the desire to suddenly brake, it's always good to know what's behind you first. If you are being tailgated or a large semi-truck is directly behind you, you might think twice about coming to an abrupt stop unless you absolutely have to. Another defensive driving question must know: looking down the road to where your vehicle will be in about 10 seconds helps you to A. enjoy the scenery, B. avoid last-minute moves, or C. see hazards inside your car. The correct answer is B. avoid last-minute moves. By looking down the road at least 10 seconds ahead of your vehicle, you'll be able to see potential obstacles far in advance, giving yourself plenty of time to make driving adjustments. If you are only looking at the road directly ahead of you, you'll be putting yourself in danger by having to make last-minute moves as hazards catch you by surprise. Good defensive drivers look at the big picture by looking further down the road at least 10 seconds, which is about a block or 2 depending on how fast you're traveling. Want to be a defensive driving savant? Then know and understand this DMV question. When driving on a multi-lane street with two-way traffic, A. drive alongside the other vehicles so the drivers can see you. B. you should drive ahead of or behind the other vehicles. Or C. it is safest to drive in the lane next to the center line. The correct answer is B. you should drive ahead of or behind the other vehicles. Keeping a space cushion around your vehicle is an important key to avoiding collisions. This includes keeping space to the sides of your vehicle too. Also, it's not smart to drive right alongside another driver where they won't be able to see you because you are in their blind spot. So instead, drive ahead or behind other vehicles where they can easily see you and will be less likely to make an accident-causing lane change into you. Permit Quiz Liz with Drivers That Direct here with a very serious question to ask you. Can you please like this video and subscribe to our channel? It would seriously make my day. And please drop us a comment too. We appreciate and read all of them. Thank you so much, and let's get back to the show. A big part of defensive driving know-how is understanding when you need to know what's behind your vehicle, as illustrated by this DMV test question. 3 of the most important times to check traffic behind you are before A. backing, making a sharp turn, or crossing an intersection, B. changing lanes, crossing intersections, or slowing down quickly, or C. backing, changing lanes, or slowing down quickly. The correct answer is C. backing, changing lanes, or slowing down quickly. This question should be pretty easy if you just think it through. If you are unaware of what's going on behind you when you are backing, changing lanes, or slowing down quickly, you're setting yourself up for more than just a test failure. You're asking for an accident. Obviously, you need to know what's behind you before you back up. Likewise, you need to be aware of the situation to your rear when changing lanes or slowing down abruptly. Both of these actions, if done unsafely, could impede another driver's progress and cause you to be rear-ended. Moving on, we couldn't talk about the DMV test without bringing up blind spots. Many a driver has failed their test because of failure to check them, so please take notes on these next 2 questions. To see cars in your blind spots, you should A, look in the inside rearview mirror, B, turn your head, or C, look in the outside rearview mirror. The correct answer is B, turn your head. Your blind spots are the areas next to and behind your vehicle that you cannot see using your mirrors. You have a blind spot to your left and to your right, and checking them is done with a quick glance over your shoulder by turning your head. Let me repeat that. Turn your head, not your entire body, which is unnecessary. And always make your blind spot checks quick glances. If you stare over your shoulder, you'll be missing out on the potential dangers ahead of you. Now that you know your blind spots, let's talk about lane changes. Which of these is the proper way to change lanes? A, signal, check your mirrors, then change lanes. B, signal, check your mirrors, and look over your shoulder before you change lanes. Or C, check your mirrors, look over your shoulder, then change lanes. The correct answer is B, signal, check your mirrors, and look over your shoulder before you change lanes. If you've heard me talk about smog before, and you probably have a million times, then you know it is the handy-dandy acronym you use to remember all the steps you need to execute for any lane change. Signal, mirrors, over the shoulder to check your blind spots, and go. Anytime you make a lane change on your drive test, perform every part of smog to make sure you don't lose any points. Okay, time to transition to a more lighthearted topic. Well, a more traffic lighthearted topic at least. Aren't these jokes just the worst? Anyway, onto traffic lights. You are at a red traffic signal. The traffic light turns green, but there are still other vehicles in the intersection. You should A, wait until the vehicles clear the intersection before entering. B, move ahead only if you can go around the other vehicles safely. Or C, enter the intersection and wait for traffic to clear. The correct answer is A, wait until the vehicles clear the intersection before entering. Many people mistakenly think that a green light means go now, but it really means go once the coast is clear. When your light turns green, don't just hit the accelerator. You must wait for all the traffic already in the intersection to completely clear first. Once the intersection is clear, then you may go. This is a good one to know for your in-car test too. When your light turns green, always look left, right, left to check that traffic is clear before you enter the intersection. Next traffic light question. When you are in a dedicated turn lane controlled by a green arrow, which of the following is true? A, all vehicles or pedestrians in the intersection must yield to you. B, you may turn in the arrow's direction without checking traffic. Or C, all oncoming vehicles and pedestrians are stopped by red lights. The correct answer is C, all oncoming vehicles and pedestrians are stopped by red lights. The green arrow allows you to make a protected turn. This means oncoming vehicles, bicyclists, and pedestrians should be stopped by a red light as long as you are seeing a green arrow. However, even when you get a green arrow, this does not mean that you should assume that all other traffic will yield to you. You still need to check for traffic and pedestrians before you go. I guarantee that at some point in your driving life, another car or person will violate your right-of-way and you'll have to yield to them even with a green arrow. This next question topic will come up again in a bit, but for now, let's keep it very simple. What is the difference between traffic lights with red arrows and those with solid red lights? A, red arrows are only used to stop traffic which is turning left. B, you cannot turn on a red arrow even if you stop first. Or C, red arrows are only used for protected turn lanes. The correct answer for this one is B, you cannot turn on a red arrow even if you stop first. You can make a right turn against a solid red light if no sign prohibits it, and after you stop and yield to pedestrians, bicyclists, and vehicles. More on that later. However, a red arrow light is telling you stop and don't even think about going until I turn green. The takeaway, never, ever, ever, ever turn against a red arrow. Ever. Alrighty, my driving friends, thank you for watching part 2, and stay tuned for the last part 3 of this series.